Hello everyone, welcome to Mindspeak. Today our guest is Mr. Jameel Khan, a versatile actor known for his common man act in Gullak. He's famous for his power-packed roles in movies like Gangs of Wasseypur, Ram-Leela, Baby and many others. Let me deep dive into his journey. I am Saimik Sen and you're watching Herald Global. So
Go
first of
ahead.
all, thank you so much that you took out this time for us. It is an absolute honor to have you with us today.
Pleasure's all mine, brother.
Okay, Jamil, let's start with what inspired you to pursue a career in acting?
I don't think there is any better profession than acting. You get to play the lives of so many other people,
True.
which you otherwise don't, and you also end up doing things which you otherwise in your real life wouldn't be able to do for various reasons. You cannot say things that you can afford to say as a character to people. You don't experience the feelings and the emotions for
Very true.
uh, people when you're playing different characters. So those emotions are all hidden and they can't be really exhibited till you play those characters. So yeah, it's a life worth living. It's a life worth giving your life for, and it's a very satisfying and satiating experience.
So when you started off with your career, there was any plan B or you always wanted to be an actor?
This was the plan B actually.
Okay.
Actually, I was a student of the sciences. I took the IIT-G exams,
Oh
and
wow.
uh,
Okay.
and I didn't get through, and that is where the switch happened.
Okay.
I wanted to do this primarily as a hobby, as not as a profession, full-time profession. It's only after the IIT-G didn't happen that I kind of took a complete, uh, you know, turn around and went into acting. And acting, as I said, happened by chance, by accident. It wasn't ever the idea to make it into a full-time profession. Or in our kind of families, acting was really looked down upon at that time. In my entire clan, there is not even a single soul that I can think or have heard of who's had anything to do with the arts. So it was really a very challenging and a very difficult decision to make for my parents, particularly.
I wanted to ask you how challenging was it to convince your parents?
Well, not really very difficult. My father and my mother, particularly my father, he told me the pros and cons of the profession and that this would be a tough one, a tough nut to crack, and that he always maintained that the choices are yours. It's your life. You make it or break it. You destroy it, or you make it into a fantastic one. So it's yours. You'll be responsible. But because you want to do it and you want to do it so desperately, I don't want to stop you. I wouldn't want you to turn around later on in life and say that you didn't allow me to do this and that's why I couldn't succeed or whatever. And therefore, he didn't ever say a clear no or a yes. He laid everything down on the table and he said, "Now you take your call." And that's how it all began. And he was always very encouraging of
True.
whatever I did. And he said, and he always maintained, "I'm there for you," which was a great, great support. And he said, "God forbid nothing happens. You can always come back. I'm there for you." And that was a great, great moral support.
That's really nice. Okay. So Gulla gave you so much of love, recognition, and fame. Please tell us how did it happen?
Gullak's been a blessing, yeah. And I think it's a blessing from my father. Uh,
True.
uh, Gullak was almost not accepted by me. I was never in favor of TV. I didn't ever want to do TV. Whatever little TV that I have done, episodic or otherwise, uh, have been to make the two ends meet. I must have fallen short of money, and I was desperate to get something to earn a bit so that I could run my kitchen, and that's how it happened. But uh, primarily, this Gullak was a web show, and I wasn't aware of the web series limited episodic series edition that was coming up. And I always took that as a stepbrother or a stepsister of television, and I was never very keen on television. And so I turned it down uh, quite a few times. And thank God for TVF for persisting and persevering and trying to get me, despite my saying no. And the rest is history. Yeah. And this show was so warm, so nice, so relatable that when I heard it, actually, when I read it, I didn't enjoy it as much. It's when I heard it from the writer, Nikhil Vijay, that I said, this sounds really good. It is so relatable. It is so us. And that is when I said, yaar, you guys should do this. And he said, तो फिर आप भी कर लिए ना. तो मेरा ठीक है, सोचते हैं. फिर पैसों पे कभी बात अटकी तो कभी किसी चीज पे अटकी. फिर finally I said a yes, and then we just, yeah, we just rolled with it. And it's been a fantastic experience. It's been almost, what, 2018 to 24, 6 years. And it's been a fun ride. And the good thing about this is that it remains in the public memory. It's coming out year on year. And it's not like a feature film which, releases and then it's lost. It's gone when it, the show stop running. It comes on to television and to OTTs now, but OTTs weren't a platform earlier on. So it's available, and once it's a good product and a popular product that people have repeat viewing, like films in the cinemas earlier on, Gullak has had very many repeat viewings. I've had people telling me that they've watched it 20 times, 40 times, which is
Very true.
mind-boggling. Yeah,
I completely agree with you on that
thank you.
because I thoroughly enjoy watching it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so you mentioned about you had little apprehension on the smaller screen television. So from then till now, after the success of Gullak, your
Mm.
views or take has it changed?
OTT, yes, it has changed, that it is not television, and I hope it never turns into television. Though there are efforts to, you know, make it TV like, but the episodic limited editions, limited episodes, I think is the way to go about it, and more work put in, let's say, a 5 episode or a 10 episode. Uh, there is ample space and scope for everyone, all kinds of talents, to exhibit their uh, stuff on camera or behind the camera. And therefore I think OTT is a wonderful addition to the entertainment media. Television, I suppose, is undergoing stressful times currently.
Yes.
uh, uh, but yeah, but then yeah, it'll eventually, I guess, the best man will win, or the best woman would win.
Okay. What is the USP of Santosh Mishra? Why did it connect with the audience so much?
I think Santosh Mishra is very real. He's very genuine. He's warm. He understands perspectives of people. He's not rigid. He's very sensitive to particularly uh, the female folk, and that's the way I look at it. I think
Sure.
the so-called patriarchy, which is embedded in our psyches, needs to go. That feudal mentality needs to go. There needs to be recognition and respect for every soul on earth, in every relationship, be it the husband-wife, be it partners, be it parents and kids, or even in commercial space, even in office space, anywhere. If I always maintain that if there is no respect, there is no love.
True.
Love without respect is meaningless. It is useless. It is just a farce. And therefore, I think Santosh Mishra is all about love and emotion, and he gives it out in full quantity. He might lose or waver, but then that's what families are for, to stand up for each other, and to be shown the right path. And it is, I would like to believe that the Mishra Parivar, headed by Santosh Mishra, is the ideal or should be the ideal parivar for the country. We need it. We need idealism in life has almost disappeared. We've become so um, foolishly pragmatic
Very rightly
or
said.
so uh, selfishly pragmatic that morals have disappeared from our lives. The moral science as a subject from schools have disappeared. Why can't we have moral science as a subject? You know, and it is so important for the upbringing and for the general character building of any child. And so the rights and the wrongs, the goods and the bads need to be enunciated and told to kids particularly and society at large. And it
Definitely.
has to be from home.
Okay. So, how was the experience of playing APJ Abdul Kalam for the movie Shrikant?
It was phenomenal. What a character. APJ Abdul Kalam inspires millions,
True.
Indians all more because he's from our soil. And a, a guy born uh, in the pits of poverty and to have studied, worked hard, a man with principles, a man with a lot of spine, a man with his moral compass perfectly placed. He would not take a single penny if it is not due to him. What a life he's led, and it's so inspiring. And that's the kind of heroes we need to have, and that's why I am glad that Tushar Hiranandani, the director of Shrikant, chose me for it. And I was quite surprised, honestly, when he met me and he said, "I want you to play APJ." I said, "I don't even look the part. I'm not even the age. Nothing of me looks like him or behaves like him." He said, "No, sir." What I liked, the explanation that he gave me was, he said, "Sir, I need the honesty of that person. I need the warmth, the genuineness, the truth of APJ Abdul Kalam. And I see it in you. I see it in your performances. So just
Okay.
be yourself." So it's a great part to play. And um, it's given me a lot. I mean, I didn't expect this kind of a response from APJ Abdul Kalam. And Tushar, in fact, takes a dig at people when people don't recognize me from the fraternity, from the industry. And he says, "Aha, guess karo na, aap kaun hai?" And then when they get to know there's Jameel Khan, they're like, "Really? Fantastic, man." So it's very satisfying. It's very humbling.
So you mentioned about coming across roles like this. So is there any way you prepare yourself, be it Abdul Kalam or Santos Mishra? Is there any process that you follow to prepare a particular role? I mean, like looking at some kind of references of predecessors who have played similar characters. What is your process?
See, we as actors have our eyes and ears open to observation. Observation is a great tool for an actor.
Sure.
And with years of experience behind me, the craft, there is an amount of craft that we use to build up a character and to portray it in front of the camera. So obviously, in terms of preparation for a biographical figure like APJ, you have to study the body language, the way he speaks, uh, his nuances. You've got to pick up and then make it your own without losing the honesty, without becoming mechanical and caricature. And that is where the craft of the actor comes in. That it becomes a part of you, that you become that character, and you don't appear to be pretending or appear to be acting the part. You
Sure.
become that part. So it's basically internal and external preparation for difficult characters like APJ because it's fresh in the memories of people. But otherwise, other characters have parts of Jameel Khan to some extent, and then the character that is developed, the character that is there, that is then prepared by Jameel Khan uh, with where he's from, what he's doing, his age, what his body language would be, how does he think, why does he think, what are the kind of relationships that are there in that he's associated with in the part, the wife, the kids, or whatever relationship is this. So you work on the relationship, the history of the relationship, and that's how the preparation goes in.
Okay, then what about Asghar Khan of Gangs of Wasseypur? I mean, you were dependent on the narrative of the director and the author, or how did you decide to play that, that integral part? It was such a strong role for you over there.
Yes. See, what happens is most of the times a lot of the stuff is given in the script. If not, if not in the script, then during discussions with the director and the writer, you get an insight into who and what the character is.
Sure.
And from there, you start your preparation. And then you build on the information given to you. If there isn't sufficient information, then you build it yourself. Your director or the writer may or may not know about how and what you prepare. If they're not on the same page as the actor, then there is a bit of a obviously discussion that happens, and then build it up from there. So it's primarily given in the script, as I said, then discussions with the writer and the director, and then your own work that you put in, and all put together then is what you see on camera.
Okay, Gangs of Wasseypur went on to become a cult movie. How
Right.
did this movie impact your career?
Well, obviously, we don't know initially what how the film would shape up, but and Gangs of Wasseypur was nothing different. But the good thing about Gangs was that all most of us, except I think Manoj Bhai, Piyush Bhai, and I were somewhat experienced and known actors. The rest were not as known or less known, and therefore, and Anurag's way of working is that he tries to understand where you are coming from, the background of the actor, and he incorporates a lot of stuff that during discussions or during workshops, when we talk to each other, uh, he sees the kind of person they are, and then there are times when he incorporates stuff from their personal lives, and there is a lot of give and take that happens between the director and the actor on Anurag sets, and a lot of scope for improvisations. He gives you a basic structure, some key lines, and then he lets you loose. He says, just go ahead and enjoy. If there's something I don't like, I will stop it. And if I like it, you just roll with it, enjoy yourself. And there are times when magic happens, and he gets so excited a lot of the time when he says, "Arey yaar, kuch badhiya mila, isko kuch banate, isko aur kuch banate." So that's how it develops. And we had 3.5 months of both the parts being shot, uh, together. And so it was one big party, and everyone was passionate and wanted to put in their best, and we were all, because of the real nature of the shoot and the characters, that I think people connected with it a lot. And it was a film which came out at a time when the internet was opening up, and when people got to see the raw side and the real side of the society, I think that resonated a lot with the audiences, and that's how over, I think, 12 years, I think every growing child,
Very
teenage
true.
and above, have watched it and have loved
Okay, so you have worked with renowned filmmakers like Anurag Kashyap and Sanjay Leela Bhansali. So
it.
how
Right.
did their filmmaking style, influenced your craft?
The craft, see, I feel one has to, as an actor, I need to be able to adapt to the style of the director. And if I don't, then I will fail as an actor, or I will not be um, as comfortable as I would want to be while in front of the camera. And therefore, uh, to be able to adapt to the style of the director is very important. And I always maintain that I surrender to the will of the director.
Okay.
Even times when I may not agree with the director entirely, but then if the director feels that this is how a certain thing has to be done, then I, as an actor, have to come around it and make myself believe and thereby allow the audiences to believe that whatever I'm doing is right, truthful, and honest.
Okay. So do you have any dream role or a dream genre which you want to work in future?
There are lots.
Please tell
Um,
us something at
uh,
least.
yeah, dream genre would be thriller is something that I
Okay.
enjoy thoroughly, and the good, bad, ugly, any kind of character in a thriller. Obviously, a meaty primary, maybe the main role, is what I would be looking for. Something, and in a romantic genre, mature adult love stories, and we have so many relationships to explore in the current times. The society has become so complex. There is no black or white. It's most of the times gray, and there is so much to explore in those relationships. So it's those complex, layered in characters within a relationship. A mature love story, yeah, that's one genre I would like to explore.
We also would like to see you in that in future.
Yes, inshallah, and I hope somebody does think of it and approaches me for it.
Okay. So you have won two Filmfare Award for OTT Award for Gullak.
Hmm.
Okay. So please tell us, what kind of role this awards or this recognition play in an actor's career?
In a career, I think it does play some part because awards are the recognition of the work that you've been doing or for a particular work. But in my case, I would like to believe that it's a recognition for for the journey that I've had, the accomplishments that I've had through this journey, and good luck being uh, the reason for it. And and it does have an impact on the fraternity and the audiences that they begin to take you more seriously, I think.
Sure.
So it should not be the case, but ideally, but it's the work that speaks. And if any work is recognized, then I think you become the cynosure, the center of attention for people. That it kind of symbolizes good work. That this guy, there is a tag attached to an actor that this guy is an award-winning actor. So don't take him lightly, or he's a good actor. Till then, maybe he's not recognized by all and sundry as a good actor. But once that award is given to him, he tends to be taken more seriously. And I think more money is also it can be paid to actors who are awarded, and more respect. Yeah, it just elevates the entire stature of an actor, I think.
Okay. So you have spent so much of time in the industry. According to you, how much the industry has evolved, especially OTT coming into picture?
The industry has evolved in very many ways. Yeah? With the OTTs, content has become the king, and the world has opened up. So there is content to be seen from across the world. And if you're not serious about, or if you're not good with your content, you'll just be chucked out, and nobody will watch you because you have the remote in your hand and you just switch to another program.
Hmm.
So yeah, it has brought people to come to their toes and uh, start working seriously towards creating good content. Not only in terms of script, but in terms of everything, every department. So good actors, good directors, good editors, good camera men or women, they're all being recognized, and they're all working hard towards creating good content and good work. So it
Okay.
has changed. The I think it's become more professional. People are more daring. People are more taking up new concepts which otherwise were not being explored in cinema. people, different characters, different stories, all kinds of stories are being told,
Exactly.
uh, and every character is being etched out properly and given, due importance. In films, you just have 1.5, 2, 3 hours to tell your story, and how much time do you give to each character? There is so much to tell, and to tell about every character, but you can't. It's the limitation of the format. So the OTTs have changed the game to a large extent, and thank God for it.
Okay, since you talk about the time, so let's talk about the COVID, the lockdown time when everybody was sitting inside house and were consuming so much of content. Okay, not
Mm,
only from India but from abroad also. Okay,
right.
so there's so much of choice people have. So as an actor, how do you
Mm.
understand that this particular script is going to work? It will click with the audience.
You don't always know, but the way I see it, do I want to see this story? Would I, as a viewer, enjoy this? And that's the basis of my selection of a story. There are times when I feel that it might not be a very popular story, but it's a story that needs to be told for other reasons.
Sure.
So that becomes one reason to say a yes to the story. And after the story, obviously, what is my part in it? So, yeah, those are the two criteria on which I decide how to select my roles. And yeah, different stories need to be told there. There is so much to be told.
Okay, Jaminji, we are very excited to know about your future projects. When are we going to see you next? In what?
Well, you'll see me. There are a couple of web shows. There is one from Yashraj called Mandla Birders. There is one of Geo's called Hajamat. There is one for Shri Productions uh, called Bada Naam Karenge, which I'm currently shooting for. Uh, and So, yeah, these are the shows. There are a couple of films that are being discussed. These are the ones that are made. There's another one for Amazon Prime, which I hope comes out soon enough, called Buck Buck.
Okay.
Which, it's a great one, and it's high time that it comes out now. Directed by Raja Menon. So that's one. The Gullak director, Parash, is directing Bada Naam Karenge for Rajshri. That
Okay.
is the one that I
Okay.
told you about. Then there is Gopi, the Yashraj, director for the Yashraj show, Mandla Murders. Hajamat is there for Geo. So yeah, there are a couple of other films which I'll speak about in due course when the right time comes. But yeah, these are the ones that are more or less complete. And Diwali release for, I think, Bada Naam Karenge and Mandla Murders around
Okay.
there. These
Okay.
two would be there. The others I have no idea about as of now, but I hope they do declare a date. So yeah,
Okay. My last question to you. What would be
yes.
your word of advice for the aspiring actors? Because you have seen so much.
Mm.
A very realistic word of advice.
Yeah, I would say this is a tough line. Not that other lines are not. There is very stiff competition. Only if you are very sure that this is what you want to do you come in. Don't don't just come in and say, I will figure it out. I will try and test the waters for 6 months or a year. If it works, good. If it doesn't work, I'll go back to my whatever. If you're really passionate about it and you think that this is what you want to do for the rest of your life, it's the gamble of your entire life. And therefore, be very sure and have patience. If you don't have the talent, figure it out, try and acquire education, whatever training you can, then try and come in. You'll be at a better place to start from. You'll be taken more seriously. And patience is the key.
Sure.
And with a bit of luck, I don't see any reason why, if you have the talent, you will not make it. It might take a bit of time, but if you have it in you, there is nothing in the world that can stop you from making it. Whatever you deserve, you will get.
Okay. Jamilji, it was lovely talking to you. Thank you so much that you took out this time for us.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a pleasure talking to you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.